guys, welcome back to the channel. Today it's pretty simple, no adventure, but in order to make sure that we go on these adventures, we got to maintain our personal watercrafts. And so today I'm going to walk you guys through pretty simple how to do the 10-hour oil change maintenance on my Yamaha. I really just had to order two things on Amazon, and let me walk you through what those things are. First thing I went ahead and ordered on Amazon is this OEM Tools manual fluid evacuator. All I got to do is just put this right into where the dipstick goes, and it's going to manually vacuum out all of the oil. This thing is really, really cool. I'm using it for the first time. And of course, the second thing is the Yamaha Yamalube package kit, which comes with all of the Yamaha 10W40 marine graded oil that you're going to need. It comes with this funnel as well, which I don't need because I have one, but if you don't have one, it comes with a one-time use funnel. It also comes with the spark plugs, the NGK spark plugs that we're going to change, and of course the Yamaha oil filter. So it comes everything you need, and I picked up both of these items on Amazon. I will go ahead and put a link to the description on both of them. So that way, if you want to go ahead and knock out your 10-hour oil change on your Yamaha, you can go ahead and do that. But pretty simple, guys, not that difficult. So now that we have everything we need, before we actually get started on the oil change, I'm going to go ahead and warm up the motor. I'm going to hook her up outside so I can set up the water hose, run her for about 3 minutes or so, just to get the oil moving throughout the engine, so it's going to be easier for me to extract it. So let's go ahead and knock that out now, and then we can get the oil change done. The most important thing is never, ever, ever run this with the hose running and the Waverunner off. So always make sure it's on first. So we got it hooked up, the hose is off. I'm going to turn on the Waverunner, turn on the hose, let it run for about 2-3 minutes, and then we'll jump back in there and change up the oil. So let's go. Ski is back in the garage. Now it's time to go ahead and we're going to check the dipstick, make sure that the oil is on a good level, and then we'll hook up the manual extractor to take that oil out. We will replace it with the new filter. We will then fill it back up with the new oil from Yamaha. So let's get to it, man. Nothing else to say. Let's go. Right now, pretty simple. We're going to check the dipstick here. Yep, so it was right there, almost halfway between both dots. I don't know if you can tell if I zoom it in. So oil level was good on the ski. So let's go ahead and extract it now and then fill her up. Pretty easy to hook up. All you do is you hook up the hose to the extractor, put this on the ground, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in, and it should go all the way down, and it should touch at the very bottom of the ski, which should let me know that's where it's supposed to stop. Perfect. Okay. And at that point, let's go ahead and start extracting. 1, 2, 3. There's the oil. Look at that. After 4 pumps, it's hooking it up. You start seeing the oil come right down through here. And all you got to do is literally vacuum it out. And all that oil is flushing right through, and it's going right down to the bottom. All right, so the really cool thing about this pump is after you pump it several times, you don't really need to pump anymore. The oil just starts flowing right down into the extractor because of the vacuum seal that it creates. So you don't even have to sit here and pump the entire time, which is pretty cool. So once this thing fills up with the rest of the oil from the motor, then we'll go ahead and jump to putting in the, taking out the filter and then putting in the new oil. If you guys are going to be using this tool and you want to get a visual of just how much oil it's roughly going to take to extract out, there's a nice little visual for you. We'll just show you how much. All right, let's go ahead and put the dipstick back in. Make sure that there's no oil left in there. We're good. Okay, cool. So now we got to go ahead and take the filter out. The filter, as you can tell, is right there. It's going to be a little hard to film, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to go ahead and get a rag right underneath there, because as we take that filter out, you are going to get a little bit of oil down in the hull, or not the hull, but inside this bilge here. So you want to be able to make sure that you can try and stop as much of it as possible. So we're going to go ahead and put this underneath there, and then literally it's just twisting this off by going counterclockwise. So once I do that, I'll bring you guys back on board. Now, one thing I will tell you guys that's going to be a really good idea, right? This filter has been sitting, here for I don't know how long in this box. So before I install this one, I'm going to want to put a little bit of the new oil around the thread here and around the gasket, just because it's going to give it a better seal. So don't forget to do that. That's an important part of this task. So let's go ahead and remove this. There we go. counterclockwise. Make sure you don't drop in number one. And number two, as it comes out, you want to try and cup it as quick as possible, so that way you have as little oil spill as possible. And there it is. Here's the old filter. I'm gonna go ahead and put it under this rag, and let's get the new filter ready to go. Guys, like I mentioned, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of oil on the new filter, so that way it gives us a good, nice seal. Just right around here, the thread, around this gasket. Nothing crazy, you don't have to put in an excess amount, but just enough where, there we go, cool, okay. And now, let's get this out of the way so we don't spill it. All right, let's go ahead and put in the new filter. And this one we will turn clockwise. And you want to give it a nice, snug turn. Once you think you got it all the way, maybe give it a nice little extra turn. If I'm not mistaken, it says 13 pounds of torque, which is not a lot. Usually when you tighten it really tight by hand, there you go, should be good to go. Cool, okay, filter is in. We had literally very little spillage, so that's why I said to put that towel there, because look, it did catch some of the oil that did come down with the old filter, so that's good. All right, now we got the new filter in, and now just a matter of going ahead and filling her up. All right, and again, guys, Yamaha says it's about 3.6 quarts, so that is what we are gonna do. We just finished filling it up, 3.6 quarts, right? We've got about 400 or so, I believe it's, yeah, milliliters left. So we pretty much filled up about 3.6. Let's go ahead and check the dipstick, make sure that we are getting a good and accurate reading. We want the oil to be right in between these two little dots here, right? So we just cleaned it off, right? All right, it's dry. Let's go ahead and dip her all the way to the bottom. Oh. And let's see where we're at. Ah, beautiful, right in the middle, right dab in the middle. So 3.6 is exactly what you need. You have about 400 milliliters or so left of oil that you can hold on for, I don't know, in case of an emergency, but that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and clean up. We'll go ahead and close this back up, give it a nice tight turn. A little bit of excess oil, and we are done. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this cover to change the spark plugs. This is also not difficult at all. I am not a super DIY kind of guy, like I'm not a mechanic or anything like that. So for those of you guys watching thinking, nah, this is too difficult, I'm just gonna pay, I don't know, man, $300, $400, $500 for this. I'm telling you, this is simple. It's so easy to do. Anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So let's go ahead and remove this cover real quick. I don't even need to remove this. I can just put this to the side. Yep, let's do that. Make life easier for ourselves, okay? And all we're gonna do is we're literally just gonna go ahead and disconnect. Oh. There we go, let's not move. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and disconnect our 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys, once we get those unplugged, we're literally just with a 10 millimeter. We're just gonna go ahead and remove these little bolts. Let's go ahead and change one out first, so that way we can show you guys how to do that. And then it's literally just repeating the same thing 3 more times. All right, guys, so now that you have went ahead and taken out these little 10 millimeter bolts, you just pull it right out. It's clean. Ah, spark plug actually looks pretty clean. Make sure you do have a 5/8 millimeter spark plug removal end, because you obviously are going to need that. And at that point, we just unscrew it. right. First spark plug out, and yeah, look. It's a good idea that we're switching them. All right, people, now that the spark plugs are in there, a couple things to know. The NGK spark plugs that come with the Yamaha oil change kit, when you go on Amazon, make sure you specify which one you have. These are the LFR 7A, and the 7A specifically for supercharged ski. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the 6As are for the naturally aspirated ones. So these already come gapped factory, so just don't drop them because the gap is already on the spark plug. And the second thing is this. A lot of people, when they replace spark plugs, they use the anti-seize. I was told by a really good friend, mechanic of mine that works on skis, that if you're going to use a torque wrench to screw them back on, do not use anti-seize, only because it can damage the thread on the spark plug. So I'm going to go ahead and just torque them back in, and I'm using 20 pounds of torque, which is the recommended amount for this spark plug. So once I do that, we're good to go. So 20 pounds of torque, that one is good to go. We are now going to hook it back up. We are plug it right back in. 10 millimeter bolts go right back on. We're going to tighten these up and walk this one back up. And that's it. Now we just got to do the same thing for the other three. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it. Oil change on a Yamaha FX SVHO along with changing the spark plugs is done. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you found the video useful. Like I mentioned during the video, this is not hard to do at all. If you want to save yourself, depending on how much you're seeing people charge for this, $200, $300, $400, $500. It literally is as simple as going on Amazon, picking up the Yamaha oil change kit along with like an oil pump extractor, which again, I will make sure that I go ahead and tag both of those on the description below with the link where you can pick them up on Amazon. And all you got to do is have a couple of wrenches, a couple of tools that I outlined in the video, and you can change your oil and your spark plugs yourself. It's so simple to do. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you have, I would appreciate if you guys can absolutely smash that like button. Of course, consider subscribing to the channel. If you like these videos, more how-tos, more DIYs, things that you can kind of do to help your ski, maintain it, give it some additional TLC, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to bring more to you guys, but I appreciate you joining this one. And as always, stay safe, ride safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Let's go.